No. Hello.
Evening.
Sorry we're a bit late. It's meant to go on at 8:30, weren't we?
We had a late bedtime tonight. It's
Yeah,
Saturday
well, we played a
afternoon.
game. We played a game, didn't we? Hello, any replay viewers out there? Just comment replay for me.
Hashtag replay and your favourite emoji.
Whoa. So, tonight, we want to talk about tough times and how you can handle them. So, this goes for any business, really, but I think we all encounter tough times occasionally.
It goes for life as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. In life, you're always going to go through some troubled, difficult times, and some of the things we'll share with you tonight will actually help in overcoming those things.
Hi.
So,
If you're jumping on, just put a your favourite emoji in the comments.
yeah. So, like I said, business, peaks and troughs, good days, good weeks, good months, bad months, And it's how you handle those that actually, in my opinion, makes you better, makes you improve. So we're going to share a few little things with you tonight on how you can overcome that. So what would you say is the number one factor?
Well, it's how you handle it, really. It's your attitude to the problem, your language, how you speak, because what you speak about, what you think about, you create. So if you keep staying in the bad time, you're going to create more of that bad time. And so your attitude plays a massive part in it.
It's like, try me rather than, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bring it on. So, yeah, and I mean, let's just share with you, it's the AAA. We're going to show you the AAA. So just drop that in the comments for me, AAA, because that's how you handle it. So you got attitude, and with attitude, you're going to take the action, that whole, come on, try me. Let's see what you've got, You're going to take the action.
And then you're going to take the accountability.
You've got to be accountable, haven't you? You're going to have to be accountable to somebody or someone with the action you're taking, okay? And you've got to always ask yourself this. I mean, see yourself in the future. See yourself in that third person role and looking back at this particular difficult period of time or this crisis maybe, whatever it is, and ask yourself, does it look significant now? So say in like 5 years' time, you're looking back at this particular difficult period, and was it really that important? Was it really that bad? Because nothing's ever too good or too bad that you can't overcome. And that's where you've got to ask yourself, like, what would your mentor, your coach, or say manager, what would they do? What would they do in this position? What would they think of you? And like your attitude toward this down period. Like, are you getting down in the dumps? Like, what would they do in this moment in time? Because many of them would turn around and say, look, what would you do if somebody new came into you? If you got a new starter starting now, what would you tell them to do? What would you get them to go and do? And going back to basics is very, very simple way of getting back on track. Just accomplishing something really well, however small it might be, it gives you, it's positive. It gives you positive feedback almost. And because you're doing something well, you're doing something correct and right, that gives you a sense of achievement and it allows you to move forward again. Does that make sense?
Because if you keep playing it out, you don't do yourself any favours. You're looking in the past, and we don't want to be looking in the past or the present. We want to be looking at the future moment. And because if you're looking in the past, then your future moment, you're affecting everything pretty much. So if you're looking in the past, you're already in the past, and you're then replaying that again for the future. You want to live in the present moment and think, does this affect me right now? Actually, no, it doesn't, because I can change X, Y, Z, and then that's going to make my present better. My future better, sorry. So it's kind of, you need your long-term vision, but you don't want to live in your long-term vision.
June's on replay.
We're still live, June.
Still live.
You don't want to live in your long-term vision. You want to be in the present, and each action you take takes you towards your long-term vision. You don't want to push yourself and go through the hype stage now, because that's going to affect your future.
You've always got to hold the vision, trust the process. And that's where we always say, you know, ups and downs are going to come as part of your journey, whatever journey it is. And if you're not going through any troubled times or difficult positions, you ain't working hard enough. Simple. And that's more of fun for everything.
Well, most of us have had things go on in our past that, unfortunately, unconsciously, they do affect what we do now, and they do affect how we do them. And that's not any fault of anyone's. It's just what the stories that we've told ourselves, that we replayed in that moment, that then affect how we do future things. And that you're kind of trying to figure out what those unconscious things are to stop them, so that you don't keep replaying them. Because if something keeps happening and it's the same sort of thing, you've got to look at it and you've got to ask yourself, why does that keep happening? Because there's something that I've got to learn from this. And I don't know about you, but it gets a bit stronger each time. So the universe actually is saying, hold on a minute, stop it, you've got to look at this and you've got to sort it out, because it is affecting how you move forward and your vision, because it's stopping you from getting to where you need to go. So I think it's good to note down the role that you play in tough times, not the role that other people have played. If you look at a situation and think, well, how did I let that play? What do I need to do differently? Then again, that's your attitude. What could I have done differently, and what will I do differently next time? How can I stop that? There's your action. And then you've got your accountability to make sure you don't do that again. So, and it's always good to get someone accountable too, especially if it's business related. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what you were touching on there is like how if you're going to keep on repeating the same patterns and you're not learning from the mistakes, that, in my opinion, is the definition of insanity. You know, if you're doing the same stuff all the time and expecting a different result, you're crazy. It doesn't work. It didn't work first time. It's not going to work this time.
It's like, you could say, like, when you first join a business and you have that huge momentum, especially if it's a new business, sometimes, like, you don't do things the right way, especially if you're new to the industry and things like that, then that way can work for a little while, but at some point you have to match up your skills to that level, and that's why lots of people fail. That's why lots of people leave. That's why lots of people lose their incomes, because they haven't matched their skills up to that level. So that's why, to keep it. So that's why you have to keep learning as well. And that comes under action, doesn't it? And attitude, because if your attitude doesn't want you to keep learning, you're stuck in, well, this worked before. Well, it doesn't matter if that worked before, because you're a different person. So you have to match up to that level that you are now to be able to move forward. And that's what I think a lot of people forget is, you can go and say, but this worked for me before and that worked and X, Y, Z, I got here because I did this. Well, that doesn't matter, and well done to you for getting to that place in the first place. But if you want to go any further, you've got to match up to the next skill level to change that.
Learn how to get there.
Yeah.
Become the person.
Yeah, you have to become the person that you want. And I hear this a lot. A lot of the top coaches say this, like Mel Robbins, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there's a lot of people that I've had that message from over the last few months, and it is become the person that you want to become. And to become the person you want to become, you've got to leave the person that you were behind and level up.
Good. I can't do any better than that.
I've left him speechless.
Absolutely, yeah. Make the most of it.
Yeah, that's one for the thing. Hey, June, put that in the comments.
Don't you dare. So I think that'll probably conclude us tonight.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Thank you everyone who jumped on. What we will be doing tomorrow night, Dave,
we're hoping to have a special guest on tomorrow.
Yeah, we're hoping that we'll be joined with a guest tomorrow.
Special guest, yeah.
So tune in for that, because that'll be exciting.
Yeah, and that will be at 8:30.
Awesome. Good night.
Night, everyone. Enjoy your Saturday.